I have never thought of that. True and passionate love is one when two people make sacrifices for one another and also for each other's happiness. Huge congratulations to you both. I will turn the time backward after my death in the future and will commence a new life. Furthermore, Lucerne de Calles has become my husband now. This is my chance to make a change. Before I destroy my life into pieces, I must take revenge on the Cartier family. Both the bride and groom are looking fabulous. This is the only chance for me to find my freedom. In the year 995 of the realm, Lucerne de Calles is under the protection of God, with Alicia Delore, officially a legitimate husband and wife. A scene from the dining room is shown where women are murmuring. I have no idea how you have changed, but I was obliged to accept the marriage reluctantly. Your wife is difficult to understand. She is both funny and interesting, claims Lucerne, the girl that worth 30,000 gold coins. From afar, Alicia speaks to herself saying, just wait and see. Alicia touches something. Is this a bone of a human or a dragon's head? Meanwhile, a large enormous head of the monster is depicted. Even paintings seem to be carved by famous artists. How can someone place such a precious treasure at a party? Surprisingly, Alicia looks ahead. What are you looking at? You don't know anything. A long time ago, celebrating the Duke's birthday, these were given as a gift to everyone. Aries, Marco's wife explains. There were altogether 3 sons under the rule of the Duke. Marco was then handed the interim candidate on his behalf to become a leader, as well as with the parish priest to look after in all aspects. Aries is the granddaughter of a great former citizen. She is empowering her husband, Marco. Once they abducted me to act as his henchman just to threaten Jacob. You must have a good endure. I don't know what the truth is. Are you really loyal to Jacob? She is nothing but Jacob's maid. What can she do more than that? I don't think so. You have ever seen these things before. She's still facing down when she talks to others. As expected, these surprises are given to the Duke. They are all precious, aren't they? Noticeably Raphael's bone, a saint along with a prophet. This is just a piece of the person that died in the past. It helps bring a fortune under God's blessing. I guess it's the worst thing I've ever seen in the temple. You really possess good eyes. That's the gift given to me by Duke. I get it. Someone's patting each other as seen in the background. Why are you sobbing, Corolla? I am really very happy. You know that I've taken good care of Alicia till now. I mean, we both have. Yes. Alicia is a good girl, and we are fortunate that she met such a loving husband. So, I am only a little emotional. I wish she was loved by everyone. Thanks for blessing me. But I guess you are misunderstanding my words. Lucerne is. While we were having breakfast, the prime reason why he proposed to you is nothing but for sympathy seeing your difficult situation. She chuckles. If you are the wife of Lucerne, you won't be able to attain maximum height. You know that a scabies toad is always a scabies toad. Yes, he offered you a proposal just because of your innocence. Finding Alicia behind, she feels that there was nothing special in our relationship as a husband and wife than the love for Alicia. If I were Alicia, I would have been in a lot of pain too. Aries being optimistic, I don't know what the core behind all of that, but could be another story behind that. I am feeling sorry after hearing that. Lady Corolla is very selfish and arrogant. It is often said that the arrogance is the virtue of a noble. If there were 100 couples in the world, I guess there would have been hundreds of various similarities between them. Even my husband finds me attractive in my looks. Why can't be that reflected in love? How dare you say such things outright? My wedding, says Jacob. Have you lost it? How did your father die? A furious look of a Duke is seen with a pitiful look of Alicia. Are you offending my family? Jacob screams. Does Cartier have to make an apology to Lore or what? Alicia in a scary tone says, "You must do that." She peeks. All of a sudden the general grabs Jacob, saying there is no politeness. You are forbidden to scream in front of the landlord. Don't you? Jacob, are you fine? How come you broke my hand? Grand Duke turns around and sees what has happened. Lucerne is not a person like that. It all happened because he married the wrong wife. Corolla says in a scary tone. Duke called Corolla. Alicia says, I think you should apologize to God for forgiving you. What are you saying? Corolla has never made a mistake. With a name tagged with the precious honor and being the wife of the Cartier's family eldest son. Corolla comes by and says, "Can't you do anything on your own? Why are you asking for help?" Alicia replies saying you are helpless. Duke confronts her. The person who is trampled is not faulty, but being helpless is the greatest sin one could ever do. I also think it's the biggest sin. My earlier life was full of fear and I had to tremble at their feet. Now, I can make my voice loud and clear like a landlord. She's fearless, but she has informed the situation coldly. I am happy with your thoughts and values. I need a little more time to test her. How come you scolded in front of the Grand Duke? That girl is so pretty. Lucerne has a good taste. Even so, the maids are still despicable. A noisy atmosphere is created. Grand Duke is announcing something. I have already received a gift. You must have been working so hard to search for the precious things. Yes, of course. It's the 34th work of the Olymp. My husband tried hard to reach out to get the picture. For the owner's health. For a long time, I have been studying rice carving written by Lestralpo to help you live longer. My husband has worked so hard for the election just to be the breadwinner of the family. That's the reason Manha wanted to be the Pope. This is all to make Marco the head of the household. It's clear that the Duke will never want him to be the Pope. We all required help from Gaju. The Duke says he will get his chance in the future. What are your opinions on your husband's gift? I just had a look today. It has nothing to do with me. So, I am speechless. But I heard that the general had caught it 3 years back. But it seems quite small as of now. Looks as if a bigger dragon would have been a perfect gift for her, claims Lucerne. Unless I bring you a bigger head, you stay fit and strong. I know that there'll be a bigger dragon in years to come. And there would be a better chance too. Duke chuckles. Your wife is not full, Lucerne. Yes, I already mentioned that she is a fascinating woman. Maybe, in the coming years, you would have to say that those gold coins are too cheap. Until now, there's a hidden story. Come and get me if you find something, says Duke. I would like to talk about this matter. Yes, of course, Sir Gaju. Thanks, Alicia. For the first time, I found the family talk so funny. You're too quick. Leave it. Now let's go. Before the end of today, let's have a good first night together. He asks for her hand. Jacob shouts from the top. Hey, slave. Slave XX. You dare to punish me while I was your maid and you indebted me for eating and dressing? Lucerne, I didn't know that you are stupid too for picking the things that are already used and thrown away. Damn you slaves. You all should go to hell. Alicia and Lucerne look toward each other. You keep going and do not look back. Lucerne comes towards Jacob furiously. What? Lucerne touches his wrist and thinks of something. A thumping scene is seen. Alicia looks surprised. Jacob seems to be punched so hard by Lucerne. Jacob is seen to be grounded. This is the moment. I leave this hell. That's the only word I hear. Lucerne turns towards Alicia and congrats her on getting married. With these many words, I have heard in 2 lifetimes. This is the most satisfying congratulations. Tonight, we're going to stop over at the motel. When it's tomorrow, we will be heading to the gate for the dinner in the capital. Alicia, showing her innocence, says her heart beats nonstop. It's because it's the only time I have seen someone knocking Jacob in front of me. I think that's the case, General. Do you consider weakness to be a sin? Lucerne replies, yeah, of course it is. This boy has also the same thought. Why I am acting silly. I almost assumed that Lucerne smashed Jacob for me. I am not his actual wife anyway. This is just a relationship running under contract. That's not what you were expecting. No, I had to say that just to please Gaju. That's impressive when you are humble and honest. I know that it's my business to survive here. I will never be childish or overthink to grip you back, so you can rely on me and take a rest. I need to try with my best effort. I can easily take advantage of our relationship, but I won't do that. If you look this weak and helpless, I will have nothing to do. How can I dislike this weakness in you? Now, is this the answer you expected, my lovely wife? Alicia and Lucerne come closer. Every time like this, I feel like swallowing you. They make love. The sound of a vehicle is seen to be approaching. Ugh. I still can't believe Lucerne is married, said the twin, which Lapis Black Ryan. Lapis doesn't feel sad and confronts Rodri Black Ryan. Corin Black Ryan. the knight is seen. He says Alicia is the slave of Jacob anyway. Do you trust that she can ever be a spy? It's not a business related to either marriage or a spy. You saw that woman, right? Says Corin. You dare point out what's true and what's false. You don't realize she came to gold digging. This time for the general. What? Is she pretty? She is. She is an honest and gentle person. It's not that she's a cruel person who has the guts to deceive the general the first time. Right. It's impossible. Moreover, he didn't make an announcement about his marriage. Why hadn't he invited us to the wedding? He is not counting us. I won't let this happen. The carriage seems to be approaching. Can you go on your own? Come on, hold my hand. How the general can be this romantic. He lifts Alicia. Oh my goodness. I can walk on my own, dear husband. Alicia glances. Expressing herself, she says that she has only done this to leave good impressions on the knights. What happened in the carriage? Murmurs other knights. It's over. Seeing the general lifting his wife, a man runs towards them. It's my pleasure to welcome both of you to our guest house. If you have enough time, you can visit the salon near the motel. If someone tries to mess with me on my first night, I swear I'll pull out your head. They enter the room and find themselves surrounded by good light and soups. The general gently puts his wife to bed. What are you planning next? He grabs her clothes. From where should we initiate? Yes, now then. Where do we start? They come close to each other and make love. The girl expresses that because of that dress, she has not eaten anything that day. You need to eat enough every day. She again lies on the bed. She seems to be enjoying the bathtub. Till now, I never had this free and comfortable time. This peace and warmth has never been part of my life. In the past, due to the scar on my face, I was used to seeing the nonsense things from the other people's eyes. I had lived a dreadful life. I did not have any hope to live this happy life. I am finding it so strange. That's why I am feeling this tired. What are you up to? No, I was just wondering about it. The general quickly calls her. Don't do this much. Just enjoy the wedding night. You're so skinny, but it's enough to be a wife, isn't it? You are not being obedient again. Why are you sobbing? Are you afraid? Those warm hands. Feels his voice and face are cold too. When I'm with him, getting close, I can't acknowledge myself anymore. They both kiss each other. They seem to be keen on kissing. Feels like we've met each other before. Every time you look at me, you show up your guilty eyes. I wanted to know the reason behind it. My tiny devil. A rumbling sound approaches the door. The monsters are gathering flocks towards the mountain. Wait for me, all right, says Lucerne. Don't come out until I say so. That's not spring. They don't have rampant power now. So, why are they here? That's because a riot happened. The remaining army has woken up the monsters from the old kingdom. Such areas have been occupied. I think we needed a plan to take control of the near gate. So, it's today. Their insurgents failed anyway, all because of the Lucerne suppression. This further maintained his standard higher. The nearby territories will certainly send backups, but there's no one to command. We must leave now. The night light reflects the leaving of Lucerne by carriage. All the work should be accomplished and reverted within a week. Whispering of the people is shown. Seems like Lucerne is not in a good mood. Of course, because their first night was disturbed. What do you know about all this? Hey, I know, okay. Ian and Rackery came along with me towards the Sock territory. Corin and Nora speak to Lapis, saying go and cover his wife and safely escort her to my house in the capital. The general, I am afraid. I can't do that. I am asking you both. Alicia looks bewildered. Are you sending knights to escort me instead of making a combat? It seems that they are being released. If I were one of them, I would have reacted the same way. Once you reach the capital, be honest there and don't forget that the wedding night. Better prepare yourself until I return. Okay, see you soon. Let's go, says the general, and leaves the place. A bright day is seen with a carriage moving towards the city. The shoe of the person is seen. Alicia surprisingly looks at Lucerne's mansion. So, this is the mansion of Lucerne. That's not going to be easy, says the other person striding towards the mansion. I am clear that everyone thought the same. Everyone murmurs. A woman who once did lowly jobs is now with a noble title. Lady Alicia, I am called Henry. I am the mansion's butler. If you require anything, you can tell me. It's okay, replies Alicia. Have you got any idea about the space for training soldiers? That place has all the mansion's soldiers. Lady, Why are you interested in that? Just take me there. I'll try to do as much as I can while I am here. That place is not for a noble lady like you. Also, most of the soldiers are at war. You'll find nothing there. Moreover, the soldiers are managed under the commander's chief. The madam has a look after the mansion. The training place is not a mansion's part, right? That is off the topic, madam. Come with me to the training ground. Look, this is the territory to train the soldiers. Some people gossip. I never had thought that the general would marry that woman. Pictures of foods are seen. So, it's the kitchen. Is this a soldier's dish, right? Rough hands and a sticking posture. It's an expressionless face. I imagined him as a typical fallen noble left with only pride. I need to admit that I must have been wrong. There aren't many maids left in the house, so there are vacant places. I have already arranged your room. Please take a rest. If you sit at the gate, you'll find it hard to come. You must be feeling tired after coming from this far. Catch it, you fellows. Aren't you paid for taking good care of my pig? The pig is seen to be getting stamped. The pig looks at her. I got you, piggy, said the lady. Are you planning to escape the lab? Lapis, you can at least thank her. Please appreciate. Lapis is just 14 years old now, together with his twin partner Lazarinim. Altogether, only 97 wizards are left in the Empire. I recognize that. But you can't force wizards to be quiet. Do you have an idea how to deal with the wizard? Alicia smiles. They both enter the mansion in an amazing tone. What's this? The quick flow of Fabona. The transition from 533 years of the majestic year to being the clock of the world. A rose in the vessel made up of real gold. That vase looks like an ancient artifact. The paintings hanging here are the masterpieces that can win the collector's bids. But I find nothing wrong in the house. Oh my goodness. What are these creatures? It's the gift given to the general after every time he wins the war from the imperial family. The general is so keen with the art's work. They tell him to hang wherever you want. You don't panic, lady. The most crucial factor is that it's being stored in the treasure house protectively. I sometimes think that the treasure house is in a dreadful state. I am unable to do this. Pardon, madam? Let's commence cleaning. In just the span of 3 days. I am looking forward to cleaning the entire house until it's crystal clean. The gorgeous house with sparkling beauty is seen. Leaving the first day. Aren't you saying hello to your assistants? I think no one has time. Everybody seems to be so busy. It would be wise to introduce myself. One of the maids accidentally touches the vessel. Oh God, I am in trouble now. Alicia comes. Are you alright? Be careful next time. Oh. Thank you so much, madam. In a short span of time, the entire atmosphere of the mansion seems to be changing a lot. The man comes with the service. I have no idea all these changes are because of her. I think we can minimize the cost a bit more after checking the ledger. Excuse me, can you read the ledger? At the time in a monastery, I was adored by Rosaria so much. He was the abbot archbishop. He once told me to study the bookkeeping techniques of the monastery. You mean the war hero, Rosaria? I think I know him. No. This person is special. I got to list all the artworks in the house like my husband. Really? The more I know you, the more amazing you have become. How on earth will it change the mansion? A grand hall is seen. It is often referred to that he leads them all as if he has lived here for 10 years. Lila is so sweet to the entire people of the house. Don't say my heart hurts. It's kind of the same from the beginning. What if Liliths are taken by your wife even before you confess? I don't care. Whether it's a hostess or anything, I will never admit it.